Good morning again, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. I'm your humble host, Mr. David Knoll, also known as High Two Feathers. I greet you all with the love and the honor of the infinite creator and continue to pray that each and every day, that each and every one of you will continue to learn how to accept and receive the knowledge, the healing, the wisdom, and the many blessings from the universe. And this is part two, one I started earlier, but I had a midnight visitor that we needed to discuss some business and take care of something, and it's all good. Hey, Greenie, I'm sorry I had to drop out, but when somebody drives in my yard after 12 o'clock at night, you know, gotta go see what's going on. Everything's cool, everything is groovy, but I didn't need to, take a break. And have was sitting here and like, should I do a live stream or not? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, well, I dropped out so quick, and hey, I gotta go. That I felt that I owed folks at least a chance for me to come back and say thank you. Um, but the discussion here recently, you stay up till 2. Well, what time is it where you are, Greenie? Because it's 3 o'clock now, Eastern Daylight. It's past 2, in other words. It's 2 a.m. now. That's where I was headed. Like, okay, there are some folks who are on the West Coast, and so it'd be like 12 o'clock over there. I think it's a 4 hour difference, three. Anyway, but to the point. But yeah, I thought I would get back on and at least make an attempt. My brain is off track from where I was earlier about the turtle card, but it won't take me but a minute. Oh, that's right. You're in South Louisiana. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Have not been there in a long time, but um, I was just thinking Louisiana and some good Cajun food. I haven't had any good Cajun food in a while, and I have been remiss in making my own black beans and rice, but it's about time. you know, Uh, oh, don't get me talking about food now. Goodness gracious. Yeah, the best food. Yeah. One of the went to New Orleans back during a St. Patty's Day weekend kind of thing, way back when. But the gumbos and the jambalayas and the stuff, just walking down Bourbon and being in New Orleans, it was just the greatest. The food and the smell and oh man, yeah. But anyway, that's one of the things that I remember uh, the most. Now I drove around the rest of New Orleans and everything, but being in the old French quarters is just, there is just something about that. Hey, Katniss, how are you? But um, my friend stopped by. He was coming back from a trip to uh, get a vehicle that had been fixed, repaired, and whatever. And he's been out. He was coming home and stopped by, and um, we had discussed me buying his truck at one time. And so one of the things we discussed was, uh, I might, you might get my truck after all. And I was like, oh, really? Which means then I might be able to drive a little further with, and with other comforts and things, than my present current condition. So, but anyway, so it's all good news. But was thinking today, I'm always thinking about Mother Earth. Um, I'm outside working outside in the garden. I got this. I got, some tomato plants that came up, that volunteers that I still haven't put in pots yet, but they're doing fine out there where they are. But this weekend is going to be a little chilly, so I need to dig them up and transplant them and bring them in the house. But in doing my studies for my greenhouse and everything, I need to pour cement in the next couple of days because with winter coming on, my test as far as how much sunlight is going to be in my porch slash greenhouse, it's going to be a lot. Um, so not only will it add warmth, but a lot of light. So I'm really looking forward to growing stuff in on my porch slash greenhouse. But anyway, with that though, the cards that I pulled tonight on Milky Way's show Soul Tribe and doing the stories was turtle and butterfly. And the turtle card, I've pulled it before, but it's been a while. And I thought it interesting in that for me, it always seems that they're related. Just they're just related, I pull a card and somehow it's like, yeah, this fits. So butterfly is number 9 in its transformation. And I pulled the butterfly card quite a few times, but the turtle card, not so many. So after the live stream with Robert, we were, off there discussing this. I said, we were talking about Mother Earth. The subject for tonight or last night was about the good and the bad things that have happened to to the native peoples, and how white man is influenced, and um, so how important it was for the Braves to count coup. And in other words, it was how they built their honor. And but it's all related to Mother Earth. It's always about the honor and your relationship with Mother Earth. And like one particular, that uh, signal by a warrior was to stake his medicine pouch to the ground. And it was, I will stand here and fight until the end. So, but the card for turtle card is the card is Mother Earth. And I do think it's important for folks in that let me back up a tad. For some of you, you may have been with me when I have discussed the dream sequence thing that I had in about 2013, and the visions, dreams, whatever you want to call them. So it was about Mother Earth, and it was about that, so many people on the planet have taken advantage of Mother Earth, and that the end result was that in order for the balance to be made in the universe and on the planet, was that there were some folks that were going to have to suffer and die, not on purpose, but it would just be the consequences of Mother Earth taking back her own energy, right? So, not to be mean to anybody, but if you live near a volcano and it goes off and you're one of the victims, then sorry about that. But you should have better sense than to live near a volcano. I'm just saying that's the deal. Well, look, so many died because of. All right. But did they use their God given sense of, maybe you shouldn't live there? You know, you live in an earthquake zone. Okay. Then if a building tumbles on you because of an earthquake, please don't, you know, it's everybody else's fault but yours. You live in an earthquake zone. Just saying. So it's not Mother Earth's fault, okay? If she has to grind and groan and belch a little smoke. But for the people living on Mother Earth, that's a different story. A lot of, oh, climate change this and oh, blah, 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 blah. You know the drill. So, but it's Mother Earth doing what she does is to equalize and do the things she needs to do. So for me, it's always my prayer about Mother Earth and that which is being done to her and digging and blowing things up. Oh my God. So, but anyway, so for the turtle card tonight, for me, it fit. And if you were listening to Milky Way Soul Tribe, I'm going to read this again. Sorry about that. Number 10 is Turtle, Mother Earth. Turtle, great mother, feed my spirit, clothe my heart, that I may serve you too. Now, in Native American teachings, turtle is the oldest symbol for planet Earth. And I'm interjecting this, and there are several tribes believe that, Turtle Island is North America, and that, basically we're sitting on Turtle. It is the personification of goddess energy and the eternal mother from which our lives evolve. We are born of the womb of earth, and to her soil our bodies will return. In honoring the earth, we are asked by Turtle to be mindful of the cycle of give and take, to give back to the mother as she has given to us. Now, many of us will look around and go, man, this has been lopsided for a long time. For me, that's one of my biggest complaints, issues, is that things are out of balance. And, the dream message that I got was that, although there will be those folks who suffer, Mother Earth needs to find her own balance. And in shaking and quaking and whatever she's doing, it's not abnormal, it's normal because, this planet is millions of years old and she does these things once in a while. But anyway, back to the text. Turtle has a shell which is similar to the protection that Earth has employed for centuries as her body has been defiled. Mother Earth's protection has come in the form of earth changes, new plant growth, the creation of new land masses by volcanoes. Now, this book was written in 88, and we got La Palma going off. Okay, so, you know, and climate alterations. Like Turtle, you also have shields that protect you from hurt, envy, jealousy, and the unconsciousness of others. Now, I think in this part here about the unconsciousness of others, forgive them, Lord, for they know not what they do. Okay, you may have heard that bit of text from the Bible. And, there are folks that are walking around that are unconscious to what's really going on. But for those of us who are in tune or being in tune or trying to be in tune, are being affected by the unconsciousness of others because they're just pulling just stupid stunts and saying dumb stuff. And they just, it's like, duh, Dave, what you talk about there, Dave? And sometimes it's not really their fault. It's just that some folks they're unconscious to a lot of things, but it affects us all. So in this waking up of humanity, it's trying to get more people to be less unconscious all the time, even though they're awake. So envy, jealousy, and the turtle shields that which us. So we can be shielded from the envy of others. We can be shielded and protected by crazy actions or words of others. And if you are being bothered by that, it's time to go inside inside yourself and honor your own feelings. If you are attacked, it is time to give a warning snap. Now, recently, there are several people, including myself, that it's just that, with all the nice plotted motion and everything, there's some folks that just, they got to get in your stuff. You know what I mean? And kindness doesn't really seem to matter. You have to actually kind of, snap at them like a snapping turtle and go, listen here, that's enough. You know, come on. And it's unfortunate, but sometimes you have to do that. So, turtle teaches you through its habit patterns how to use protection. So it's not that you hide, but you do. You crawl inside your shell. Not it's more to look at your own stuff, and instead of somebody else beating you up all the time or whatever, you just say, "Okay, beat me up. I'm going to be in my shell. Let me know when you're done." You're not trying to get away, you're not trying to run from it, but you are going to use your own protection. I mean, if you got it, use it, right? So with if in our mindfulness, that is our protection. As somebody's trying to chew you up with words, then you simply ignore them, or the kindness. If anything's going to work, kindness is it. All right, arguing and being pissy never works. But Turtle would teach you that with Mother Earth. If you have chosen the turtle symbol, you are being asked to honor the creative source within you, to be grounded to the earth, and to observe your situation with motherly compassion. Use the water and earth energies, which represent turtle, that's two homes, to flow harmoniously with your situation and to place your feet firmly on the ground in a power stance. So, if you haven't, taken your shoes off lately and went out and put your feet on Mother Earth, do so. I do it all the time. I'm all the time, hot or cold, out there in my bare feet. So, and for me, it helps. It just really does. For years, I, worked inside a factory, concrete floors, and, now that I'm retired and old and all this stuff, I get to walk around in whatever I choose or not to choose to put on my feet. And barefoot a lot of the times is what is preferable these days. So, and some of my shoes that used to fit me don't fit me anymore. It's like, what the hell? Did my feet swell or something? Anyway, or did the shoes shrink? Back to Turtle. Um, Turtle is a fine teacher of the art of grounding. You may even be able to overcome some of your own space cadet tendencies if you will align with Turtle medicine. In learning to ground, you are placing focus on your thoughts and actions and slowing to a pace that assures completion. You are placing focus on your thoughts and actions versus chaos on either side or around you or whatever. Hello, Regen. How are you? Good to see you. Yeah, Duggar's asleep. But so the turtle medicine is that, is turtle smart? It's 30. Wow, that's chilly. Yeah, it's like 51 here, or mid 50s, actually. It's going to be chilly this weekend here, though. It'll be time for the fire. So, if you're placing your focus on your thoughts and actions and slow to a pace that assures your completion. So, in other words, if you hurry to try to get something done, something always goes wrong. I mean, you drop something, you cut yourself, you super glue something to your fingers, or I mean, just stuff happens. So, but if you find a turtle pace, not necessarily slow, but pace yourself with whatever it is that you're doing. If you're thinking about something, don't get in a hurry. Just stay calm and work the problem out. It'll come to you. All right. And in grounding yourself, as turtle, and it says to use water and the earth. So if you can go walk on the beach or a riverbank or a lake or something like. No, Isby didn't tell me your name was Jenna. Actually, not nope. Jenna. I don't know if I'll remember or not, but I will try. So Turtle warns of the dangers of pushing the river. And I've talked about this before, you know, as evidenced by the plodding pace that Turtle keeps. The corn that is harvested before its time is not yet full. However, if it's given the chance to develop at its own pace, in its own season, its sweetness will be shared by all. Turtle buries its thoughts like its eggs in the sand and allows the sun to hatch the little ones. This teaches you to develop your ideas before bringing them um, out into the light. Look at the old fable of the tortoise and the hare and decide for yourself whether or not you would like to align yourself with Turtle. Bigger, stronger, and faster are not always the best way to get to your goal. When you arrive at your goal, you may be asked where you've been and you may not be able to remember. In that case, arriving prematurely can make you feel very immature. If you draw the turtle card, it augurs a time of connecting with the power of earth and the mother goddess within. This is a reminder of the ally you have in Mother Earth. It does not matter what situation you have created, ask for her assistance, and abundance will follow. Now, I pulled the butterfly card, and as I was talking to Robert after we did the show, I said, what's really curious that I just noticed about this is that here's the turtle card and Mother Earth, right? That's the basis, Mother Earth. Mother Earth has 4 seasons. We're in the fall of the season going into winter. But then also, I immediately I went, but butterfly has 4 different stages. It's got the pupae stage, it's got the caterpillar stage, it's got the, you know, the chrysalis stage, and then the butterfly. So in tonight's message, there was this, to me, the symbol of the 4 seasons, the four, and the 4 different stages of the butterfly. So just exactly how it's connected or why or how it showed up that way is what I'm, kind of like, hmm, what could this mean as far as the cards are concerned? And I would say that, what we need to look at for many people who are scared of the earth, who right now, the climate change and all this stuff is all about how Mother Earth is going to kill us all, right? How we're Mother Earth is our enemy. The climate is our enemy. Everything is our enemy, when actually Mother Earth isn't the enemy at all. But with the different stages of butterfly, so for this time of the year, it's the fall of the year going into the winter. Well, winter is the death, right? The spring comes life, and then summer times and the growth, and then fall, this time of year, is when we go back into the other seasons. So we can come out looking like a butterfly. So, it's like we're going into winter, which could be the cocoon stage, so that when springtime blooms, that's the butterfly of the event, right? So I'm still scratching my head about it. I've had turtle soup before, me too, but it's been a while. But the idea, though, that tonight both cards that I pulled had the number 4 in them, which, to my knowledge, has not happened before for me. So don't know what the number 4 means or anything like that. I'm not, but it's just a curious thought. Now, For me, and for those of you who've watched Dante and the Four Brothers, and the fact that the number four came up twice, for me, that I'm not quite, I haven't figured it out, but for me, the number four was like the four brothers, Mother Earth, four brothers. Dante's often talked about the goddess. So pulled the turtle card tonight, and the four seasons and the four, stages of butterfly, the four brothers. What? I don't know if there's a connection. I'm just saying, for me, the number four, it struck a chord right away. Now, for those of you who don't know about Dante or the cause, okay, it's all right. And not everybody gets Dante or the message or whatever. So, and I'm still trying to understand some things, and I don't get it all. But to the point though, when certain things happen for me, and like the number four, and then there's the number four of the four brothers, so the other, so I have to take that into consideration and take a deep breath and go, hmm. So it's just, is it a warning? Don't know. Is it a premonition? Don't know. But in the future, watching the number four or whatever, I'll keep an eye out to see what happens. Now, the turtle card came straight up tonight, but as all things, they're asking me to read if the turtle was upside down, because sometimes there's messages in there for folks. Remember, it was straight up. Pulling the turtle card in the reverse means that Mother Earth is calling you to reconnect in some way. Now, I would suggest that this is one reason why I pulled the turtle card at all tonight, so that folks will remember to reconnect and to ground. If you have become flippant and forgotten to place waste in its proper place instead of throwing it out the car window, she is calling you. If you have felt alone in your time of need, she is calling you. If you have been struggling financially or have little to eat, or if you have desired a child and see no pregnancy in the near future, she is your medicine. Use it. You are not alone, ever. You are a child of earth. All acts of pleasure, joy, and abundance are given by the mother of the creative force. Use her energy to aid you, and you will be healed enough to share this energy with others. The idea of a turtle helplessly trying to right itself after it's been flipped upside down can also symbolize the contrary turtle. You are not a victim and you are not helpless. No matter how much it may seem like this is the case in your present situation, to right the ill dignified turtle, you need only list the things you are grateful for. And from that grateful place in your heart, look for the abundance of alternatives that Mother Earth gives. Now, the contrary, even though it was straight up, that's a powerful message right there. If you have felt alone in your time of need, she is calling. If you've been struggling financially or have little to eat, she's calling. Or if you've desired a child and see no pregnancy, she is your medicine. Use it. You are not alone, ever. You are a child of earth. All acts of pleasure, joy, and abundance are given by the mother of the creative force. Use her energy to aid you, and you will be healed enough to share this energy with others. Yes, I'm reading the animal cards. Yes, there's the book. Yes. So tonight's message, today's message, yesterday's message, I think it's a good message, is that, there are so many people who are afraid and hungry and tired, and they feel alone, and folks, for whatever reason, should use turtle medicine. If it's nothing more than thinking of a turtle, I know there's a lot of people who don't believe in this kind of, it's just hooey to them. But when I look at the world and see how people are acting and reacting, or not acting, or not reacting, or not living, I scratch my head and I say, this turtle card is for them. And for me, my prayer, whether they believe in this stuff or not, is I'm going to continue to pray that they will understand that maybe, my pace is too much. Like the constant phone ringing, the constant checking of emails, the constant texting, and all this kind of stuff. That's fast paced. So to slow it down, to where it's manageable and able to focus on those things that need to be focused on. Am I going to get a card reading? I don't know. You want one? There's not many people in here tonight, this morning. And this is not necessarily a card reading show, but you know, I'm give me a few, but I'm game. I think it's important that for me, using these animal cards in the readings thereof, they're hints, and sometimes it's a slap in the face depending on who gets the card or what it means. Um, to like, you know, pay attention to subtleties of things, and sometimes it's a general listen, you know, grab you by the shoulders and shake you and say, hey, pay attention here, you're really not paying attention. And for those folks out there, and there are a bunch of folks out there who are, lonely and in times of need and so forth. And we need to encourage them, folks, whether they believe in turtle medicine or the cards or anything like that. That's not the point. But we can emphasize to them that they're not alone in this world, in this universe, on the planet, that we are all together in this, right? So you can give comfort there by simply stating that, whether they believe anything else or not, right? You can use your turtle medicine on someone else by giving them an easy paced, confident, it'll be okay, So for each of us, I think it's important, otherwise you wouldn't be hanging out with me, that you're trying to find ways of dealing with things too, with the chaos in the world. So turtle medicine says when everything's going a little crazy, maybe it's just time to, it's not about hiding, but it is about coming within and checking things out, and taking a breath and thinking things over for a minute or two before reacting or overreacting or reacting too quickly to a situation that maybe you should just take 5 more seconds or 5 more minutes or maybe even 5 hours to have a discussion, an honest discussion in your own head as to whether or not your current goals or actions or whatever are actually necessary, or um, or maybe you've overlooked a detail or something. But if we're in a hurry to get things done and we're dealing with chaos all the time, it will mess us up. Okay. And I see a lot of folks that are kind of twirling and whirling. It's like they're caught in the whirlwind of society and of the current situations and of all of the things. And, should I get the booster or not? Should I do this? Blah, blah, blah. I mean, a lot of stuff. The answers come on a daily basis. But if we can see where we can um, use our intuition to see a day or two into the future. It might be a week or two, but to the point, you say, well, I can see this coming up. For me, if I wait till Thursday to start mixing cement, I might have rain. So in all my cleaning up and stuff around here and around the porch today, I know I'm talking about myself in the house again, but but I'm talking about planning. So, in looking at the weather, that sort of changed my plans because I was like, well, I can do this Wednesday and or Thursday, and maybe not. I might need to mix concrete tomorrow or wait until after the rain that's supposed to be coming in the next couple days. So, things change our plans. So, what I had planned, well, I might have to bump it up a day. So is that bad? Not really. I'm really sore from all the other stuff I've done, but hey, Susie Q, how are you? Love you too, baby. I hope you're doing well. So, but there may be things in your life that you say, well, we were supposed to do this on Saturday and it's Wednesday, and you go, but, calm down, because that's when you need to come inside a little bit like Turtle and just contemplate and go, let me see what's going on here. Before I try to get in too much of a hurry. So you pick a pace that'll help you get your goal accomplished with the least amount of trouble. So, but chaos and hurry, 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 and everything has to be done now, society, that's it's difficult for some people to maintain. So with what's coming up, if we think it's going to get better, nah. Will it reach a crescendo? There are many of us that are hoping that it will. Oh, but that could be the economic crash. I'm not talking about crashing. I'm talking about there is this fever pitched now, hurry up. You know what I'm talking about. Whatever that thing is it going to always be, come on, come on, come on, come on? Or are we going to reach a spot where it's like everybody can sit quietly and sing kumbaya for a verse or two? You know what I mean? Maybe you don't know what I mean. But, where the frantic state of being will change. There'll still be chaos, but it won't be a frantic chaos. Things will reach a point where it's just going to be so flippin' nutso that it'll kind of come back down. Now, I haven't really heard anybody talking about the crescendo thingy, but I kind of feel it, and I know there are some folks in the back of their heads, whether they have actually admitted it out loud, have wondered to themselves, that maybe some of you have, how long can this pace, this the craziness, how long can this pace keep up? Because when I look in the news, there are Democrats who are going, this is stupid. There are people who are like, wait a minute, this is not, so there are people who are going, that might not have necessarily spoken up before, are speaking up now. They're standing their ground. They're taking back their authority, which was one of the cards I pulled the other day, was, take back your authority. And all these cards that I pulled these last couple of weeks, for me anyway, they seem to make sense. There seems to be a pattern in this. So I just thank I thank my gang upstairs, for helping me pick these cards, and for it to be topical, without beating somebody up. It's like, well, you must have turtle medicine. No, listen, if you're starving or hurting or feeling alone or whatever, here's the suggestion. Do you have to use it? No. Do you have to do it? No. You have free will to do what you want. But if you want to continuously be in a chaotic frenzy state, okay, that's your choice. But for my prayer to everybody, every time I do my shows, I continue to pray that each and every one of you will learn to accept and receive the knowledge, the healing, the wisdom, and the many blessings from the universe. But if you're always in a chaotic state, and if you're always in a frantic mood, then it's going to be hard for you to accept anything but frantic and chaos. So, but it's up to you to choose. So, but every day I will continue to pray for you folks. and anybody else that just folks out there, okay, because I think it's important. Now, Jenna, um, and it's 3:40 in the morning time. Oh, it actually is really 3:40. And I'm kind of tired, but if um Jen, if you want a card, I'll pull one since you asked patiently. Um, I don't want to do 2 hours of card readings, but if somebody's there that somebody else, okay. I'm not keeping up. I don't have any moderators in here at the moment, so if somebody else wants one, you have to raise your hand. But oh, I moved the cards. That's all right. I put them in a plastic bag so I wouldn't be knocking them over. So Jen, you still want a card? Raise your hand. Pretty please. So y'all getting ready for the time change to come back? I know that I haven't changed my clocks back in a couple of years. So for me, I'm ready for everybody else to get back to my time because right now my house is on Central Time. Even though I live in the East, but Eastern Time Zone. Is chat broken or is nobody listening? Or Jenna, do you really want a card? Well, if she don't speak up, you'll get yours first. How about that one? Um, I'm going to fill in a little bit of time here over Saturday because I haven't checked in with y'all since Friday or something when I did that. But anyway, um, a friend of mine, and someone that they know, he's an 82-year-old or 84-year-old man, and he gets around pretty good. He gives me strength. But cleaning stuff out of his attic. He had previous wives and whatever, and too much stuff. Oh, I thought I had too much stuff. This man, poor man, uh, tables full of stuff, and just still, you know, um, a whole attic full of things. Well, he had three solar panels and a wind generator, and I went and checked them out and looked at them and everything. And so I bought them for the uh, $50 a piece. I bought the solar panels and the wind generator. Spent $200. And so when I got home with them on Saturday, Sunday, I got out in the yard and checked them, and they all work. So and I'm really proud of the investment I made. And then I bought a box of stuff, but in this box of stuff are the controllers for the solar panels and for the wind generators. So, and some power inverters from DC to AC power. So, the $300 that I spent also included a sleeping bag and a foldable cot because I'm too old to sleep on the damn ground. I can't get up to go pee just right. But so I spent some money, but and I'm not necessarily trying to go off grid, but it gives me the opportunity. I've got a couple of other small solar panels and things, but this puts me into a whole nother realm. Jan, did you still want a card? But anyway, in discussing this, so I'm hoping that here in the near future, I'll be showing you some of the stuff I got and what little bit I've been playing with, because there are folks out there that talk about wind power and solar power, and they get a little too geeky for me. Like, wait, break this down a little slower for me. Well, this will produce this or that. Yeah, okay, but I'm not quite up to date yet with where you go back a couple of steps. So, but anyway, I've got some expensive toys to play with. but I've got batteries. Um, Me and some friends of mine have been discussing. Hey, Travis, what's up, my brother? Um, that About using Earth batteries and some other things, and it's not so much about that I'm worried about that, the Earth's going to end and, there won't be any power or anything like that. But, there have been hurricanes and tornadoes and things that literally went right over my house, um, and destroyed the neighbor's barn twice since I've lived here. Same, not the same barn, but same location. So, stuff happens. So, but the other side of it, just as as a project, as a little kid, I was interested in solar power and magnets and stuff like that as a Cub Scout and a Boy Scout, and it's still there, right? So now that I got this deal, and he could use the money and get rid of stuff, so the fact now that I have three really nice big solar panels, and one is could be transportable if I go on camping, for example. My biggest reasons for doing it is because I've got my canoe, and since I've been getting back and using my canoe and everything, I got a trolling motor, and so I've got batteries for the trolling motor and so forth, right? But if I go camping overnight and I use the trolling motor up, I want a way to be able to recharge the battery. So by having this one of these is really easily portable solar collectors that puts out a good bunch of juice, I can recharge my trolling motor if I go camping. See, so it's like there you go. So now as for the house and stuff, yeah, it's nice to have extra power because when the hurricane came through, I could deal with not having this, that, and that, but not having a fan when it was hot and muggy. I was ready to die. I mean, I was like, please, and I rigged up something with the batteries, and I've got a 12-volt fan that fits in a, that you buy at the truck stop, that clips onto your thing. But let me tell you, that little 9-volt fan saved my ass because it was hot and muggy and nasty after the hurricane. So, but to have fans was like my biggest deal. I've got I had lights and candles and all these other things, but a fan was like, oh, literally to die for. So but now I've got several alternatives. But to that point though, so I've got a gas stove, I've got a small generator for the refrigerator. And now with these new toys I've got, I could actually quite possibly be able to run my refrigerator off of solar because that's all I really need is my refrigerator. And if there's nothing else, I don't need a TV or whatever. Yeah, maybe, but you know, honestly, do you want a TV or do you want your food to spoil? I think I'd run my refrigerator. So I can run radios and stuff, and I might not be able to watch anything, uh, you know, but if the power's out, then I'm not going to be able to use this computer anyway because I won't be able to run my modem. So and I tried when the power was out during the hurricane. So there are certain things as no matter what you do, there's still going to be something lost there. But the fact that I now have the potential, to if whatever hits the fan, being able to, I'm like good. Okay, so Jenna, you're first. Okay, so um, honestly, close your eyes, raise your hand in the dark kind of thing. Um, this is for Jenna. I think my guys, gals upstairs, I think they were playing gin rummy or something and were not even paying attention to me. Like, hey, Fred, he's doing a card reading. What the hell? you know. So, all right, let me see what we got here. Ooh, that's interesting. Hmm. And I just looked at this card. Barry, I'm back. Yeah, I'll call you and we'll talk about it. It was all good. It's all good. But I did have to leave and shut off and, take care. When you get a visitor at midnight, you have to go, have a chat. But anyway, so Regina, Regina, the cards say I gotta do my other glasses combination. And Susie's next, and then Duggar. No, I'm kidding. When I was looking at Turtle, I turned the page, and it was Moose, and so I said, "Oh, Moose, self-esteem," and then went back to Turtle. Well, guess what? Card showed up, but upside down. I wouldn't lie about this. It's the Moose. So sometimes for me in doing this, they like showed me the next page, which I don't normally do. And there's Moose, and the card I pull for you is the Moose. Just saying. It's weird for me. Um, Moose is self esteem. Moose, help me to honor the gifts I can give and recognize my worthiness as long as I live. Help me to honor the gifts I can give and recognize my worthiness long as I live. Yeah, Susie's next. Yeah, I didn't come on here to do card readings, but Jen asked, and I said, okay, anybody else? I don't want to do this all night, but yeah, because I'm tired. But so anyway, only Jen and Susie asked, but like I'm not trying to push the card reading. Moose is found in the north of the medicine wheel, as is the buffalo. North represents the place of wisdom. Self esteem is medicine of the moose because it represents the power of recognizing that wisdom has been used in a situation and that that recognition or a pat on the back is deserved. Moose is the largest member of the deer family and has great strength. The call of the male moose is an awesome thing to hear on a musky spring night. His pride in his maleness, his desire to share his seed with a moose cow, are displays of his sense of self esteem. The bellow of a male moose can be viewed as a positive force since it represents his willingness to tell the world about his feelings. This tell the world trait contains a joyfulness which only comes with a sense of accomplishment. There is no greater joy than a job well done. This trait is therefore not a seeking of approval, but rather an enjoyment of sharing because of the spontaneous explosion of joy that comes from the deepest part of one's being. Now that's a load, ain't it? The wisdom woven throughout this scenario is that creation constantly brings forth new ideas and further creation. So if you think that, you have, this is it, do you want, no, tomorrow's another day and other things can be created. So, um, Moose is telling us that joy should be shouted with pride. The wisdom in doing this shouting is that joy is catching. In a sense, the bellowing is a way for all of us to lighten up and give ourselves or each other a well done, an attaboy. Moose medicine people have the ability to know when to use the gentleness of deer and when to activate the stampede of buffalo. They understand the balance between giving orders to get things done and having a willingness to do things themselves. The wisdom of Muth's medicine is akin to the grandfather warrior who has long since put away his war paint and is now advising the young bucks to cool their blood. Moose medicine is often found in elders who have walked the good red road and have seen many things in their earth walk. Their joy lies in being the teachers of the children and in being the first ones to give encouragement. This is not to say that moose medicine people do not use their wisdom to warn as well as to give praise, because they do. Moose medicine people know what to say, when to say it, and to whom. The elders are honored in tribal law for their gifts of wisdom, for their teaching abilities, and for the calmness they impart in counsel. If you are wise beyond your years and have the gift of moose medicine, use this gift to encourage others to learn and to grow. There are many facets to the wisdom of moose medicine. If you have chosen the moose card, you have a reason to feel good about something that you have accomplished on your journey. This may be a habit that you've broken, a completion of some sort, or an insight on a goal, or a new sense of self that you have fought hard to earn. It is a time of feeling harmonious pride and of recognizing those who aided you in the process. One good exercise in moose medicine is to write down things that you can love about yourself and your progress in life. Then apply these same things to friends, family, co-workers, and life. Don't forget to share the findings with others. They need the encouragement as much as you do. Now, this moose was upside down, and its number is 11. If moose is upside down when you draw it, you are being reminded that ego can ruin your sense of accomplishment. Remember that others have the same potential that you have, and do not become careless in your appreciation of their gifts. Reverse moose implies that in tooting your own horn, you have failed to be interested in others and have therefore forgotten that everyone teaches everyone else in the same way. Contrary moose medicine may be asking you to grow quietly for a while, to calm your spirit and allow the strength and wisdom of silence to enter your heart. This is the core of moose medicine, knowing the wisdom of silence so that when it is proper to speak, you can take pride in your words. Now, also tonight, because of turtle, the turtle medicine says to face yourself. So, in this is kind of sort of moose is saying, you know, to calm your spirit, which is related to turtle medicine, and allow the strength and the wisdom of the universe. I'm always talking about it, right? And wisdom of silence to enter your heart. This is the core of moose medicine, knowing the wisdom of silence so that when it is proper to speak, you can take pride in your words. So I don't know if that fits, but I know I say a lot of people, there are folks out there who, it's important that if we see somebody else do a good job, that we tell them, you know, we don't overdo it, but we tell them and we're honest. Man, you did a good job. And everybody deserves an attaboy. And moose medicine is in that giving, you know? So it's not necessarily of worldly things that you give through medicine, through moose, but the medicine of the giving of the gifts and of saying a job well done. That is a gift. So, Regen, uh, Joy to the fishies in the deep blue sea. Okay, I've got talents in creative designing, and I do send picture to others as flowers and scenery. Good. Just remember, if you see somebody else do something and they're struggling, and that you may be able to, I'm not saying this has happened. This is a future event. But if you see someone who has potential and is really trying, but maybe a word of encouragement. I'm just saying, not that you haven't done it. But as a CAD, 3D CAD person, I have worked with other people that had potential and this and that. And it is our duty to say, come here, let me show you this little secret. This might help you. So maybe, that is something, not maybe you're already doing it. I'm not putting this on you, but I'm saying from my point of view, as a designer and having been there, and having been in theater, it might not be the perfect job, but if you see that somebody's really trying, then help them out. That's the gift that we can give. So anyway, Susie, you're next. So you know the drill. Please close your eyes for a moment and let it about bison. Well, good, Susie Q. I'm not saying that she isn't, but but that is just an example of what the medicine of moose would mean. I was just giving an example. But anyway, so Susie Q, did that make sense? I wasn't picking on you. I swear. Especially if we're really good at what we do. You know, it is our duty, you know, to pass it along and to give encouragement. And we make sure that it's in constructive criticism too, that we don't piss somebody off and, well, you could really do better over here, and this line should be darker. You give them the compliment first. You say, this is really good work. But then you say, however, you see this line over here, and ask him, do you think that's too dark or too light, or why did you put that line there? It may be it's that you think the line or whatever is wrong, but to them that's their style. So we have to be careful, that we're not always trying to get in whatever that we're doing in music. Well, do it like this. Well, this is how it's done. Well, if you do it that way and you're not taught to have any kind of freestyle, then how can you be creative? You know what I mean? So show it. You show them how it should be done. And then you say, well, then is this your style? Are you developing a style? That's important too. So anyway, Susie, I got you. For I had a physical therapy goal. Good. Yeah, just giving suggestions, just off the top of my head. Um, Susie's got her hand up. Oh, it ain't that one. Okay, which one is it? This one. Woo. You're next. I got your card right here. Susie Q. Whoops. Oh, Susie Q, why don't you be true? Susie Q. I love the way you talk. I love the way you walk. Okay. Um, Links, number 18, which would be a 9. Lynx, the cat. It's a catastrophe. Oh, yeah. Lynx is the secrets. Yeah, the secret medicine. Lynx, you know the secrets so very well. The dream time and the magic, but you'll never tell. May I learn to hold my tongue, observe like the Sphinx, powerful yet silent, the medicine of lynx. So links is secrets. It is said, I got to do my other glasses. Meow. Didn't you get links one time before, Susie? Or I'm having a deja vu moment with you going meow. It is said that if you want to find out a secret, ask links. Links medicine. Unfortunately, it is difficult to get the silent links to speak. To be confronted by the powerful medicine of links signifies that you do not know something about yourself or others, that you do not know something about yourself or others. Links is the keeper of secrets, of lost magical systems, and occult knowledge. Links has the ability to move through time and space and to go into the great silence for unraveling any mystery. Links is not the guardian of secrets, but the knower of secrets. The problem lies in getting Lynx to instruct you. He or she would rather be off chasing a bird or kicking sand in your face than running circles around you. Lynx medicine is a very specific type of clairvoyance. If this medicine is strong in you, you will get mental pictures concerning other people and the exact things they have hidden, either from themselves or maybe from others. You will see their fears, their lies, and their self deceptions. You will also know where they have hidden the treasure, if there is any. You never speak of these revelations, you just simply know. The only way you can coax information about yourself out of a Lynx medicine person, in case you have forgotten where you hid the treasure, is to respect the practices of his or her tradition. If you go to a gypsy with Lynx medicine, you must show your respect by paying with money after the reading. If you go to a Choctaw medicine person, he or she will reach into your midsection or use other traditional methods to help you. A blanket or tobacco should be given in exchange for the medicine he or she has performed for you. This operation is known as the law of the Lynx people and is practiced by Native Americans, Gypsy, Sufi, and Egyptian cultures, among others. If you have pulled the Lynx card, you can be sure that secrets are afloat. If this is your personal medicine, you should listen to your higher self. Be still and pay attention to the revelations you receive in the form of mental pictures or through a high singing voice in your inner ear. They're asking me to repeat this. If you should listen to your higher self, be still and pay attention to the revelations you receive in the form of either mental pictures or through a high singing voice in your inner ear. Now, it may not be a high singing voice, it just may be that the pictures of the thoughts come. Perhaps you will receive information in the form of omens. You can be sure that Mother Earth is signaling to you in some manner. Now, here's Mother Earth signaling, Mother Earth the turtle, Mother Earth again. If Lynx is at your door, listen. Brother or sister Lynx can teach you of your personal power and of things you have forgotten about yourself. Brother, sister Lynx can teach you of your personal power and of things you have forgotten about yourself. Lynx can lead you to lost treasures and connect you to forgotten brotherhoods and or sisterhoods. Some people believe that Sphinx of ancient Egypt was not a lion but a lynx. I believe it. This lynx does not say much. With an enigmatic smile, the great cat watches over the sands forever. So now the card is straight up, but they're asking me to read the contrary just because sometimes there's really good information there. If Lynx has appeared in your reverse position, It is time to shut your big mouth. Something you're jabbering about has left the cat out of the bag. Are you defiling a sacred trust, or have you broken a promise to a friend? If not, you may have pulled a boner on yourself by babbling about your latest great idea to a friend or competitor. Watch your tongue and see if you are able to refrain from gossiping or talking about your latest romantic conquest. Look and see if in your present state you are able to listen and truly be interested in someone else's stories or their ideas. On this level, Lynx is telling you to become worthy of trust. Then the secrets will be available to you. Now, like I said, this card was straight up, so the contrary is just, ain't what the card says. You may be looking at choosing to have your brain in gear before your babble starts, or your foot may have to replace your tongue. In other words, foot and mouth disease. This is the know it all syndrome. Fine. If you want to talk, just sew up your ears. After all, talking leaves no room for hearing or learning. Lynx is a tough teacher, and if you have let the cat out of the bag, be ready for the consequences. But it was straight up 10 minutes, old timer. Oh, okay, 9 minutes now. I do have dreamy, sleepy vision far off in the distance. Okay. So, whatever it is, it's going to be for you, but um, Lynx is saying to keep an eye out. So I think I could do one more card reading. I don't know if I could do any more than that. Um, it's 4:12, and we're gonna make the 4:20 mark. Yes, we are. You're welcome, Susie. Frankincense rubbed on the joint, they don't smell like icy hot. Oh, Katniss. Okay, give me a second. All right, let me. Whoops! I almost forgot a card. Did I drop one? Yeah, for those of you, and thank you for your comments about me in the house the other day. It's already looks different from the pictures I took on Friday, and in the next couple of days, it's going to look even more different. So, I've really been active. Where over the summer I've been really flipping lazy. Okay, I just admit it and be done with it. But it's amazing what a couple of hours of focus will do. And for me, even having pulled the the turtle card earlier is like, there were too many things. There's too much stuff I need to do around here that needs took care of, and it was driving me insane. So I just had to. I'm going to do this. Yeah, but what about that and this and that and that? Nope, going to go do this. They're all important. Don't get me wrong, but the chaos was killing me. So I had, in this understanding, I was just go over here and work on this for 5 minutes, leave a tool, then kick it in the dirt, a week later and go, well, there's where my axe is, 9 months later. Uh, so much like Turtle is that, trying to get things done and in a hurry or what do I do and pick one pick, so you just have to kind of just be quiet, just be calm and with that turtle pace. And of course it's always wise, there's the wisdom part of it. It's always wise to just take a deep breath, quite simply just take a deep breath. So oh yeah, well, but during the summer it rained almost every flipping day, and the humidity was always up in the 90% mark, and I just do not do well. But with the cooler weather and the nicer temperatures and so forth, I've been literally kicking butt. but we got rain coming the next couple days. So if I can have a good day tomorrow, then I can take 2 days to rest. Because if I mix the cement I'm planning on, I'm gonna be sore. I got 10 bags of cement, and 8 of them I want to pour about 8 of them. So that's enough work in and of itself. But the fact that I am doing it and making progress, and my friend that, my midnight caller tonight was like, dude, I can see where you worked on the driveway, because a lot of the foundation and concrete and stuff that I've had to take out to get this job done was in great big chunks. So I took it up in the driveway and literally pounded it to smithereens to fit where the rain has gouged out my driveway, fill in the low spots. My YouTube keeps stopping. May not be able to stay. Okay, Barry, we love you, brother. And gonna stay for the 20. And Katniss, um, hang on a second. We got 4 more minutes. Okay, I'm gonna pick a card for Katniss. Close your eyes, hold up your hand. Yep, I'm coming. So along with being tired, of just being up, and I'm tired because I've been working my butt up, which is it's all good. I'm not complaining. I'm really not. I'm actually tickled to death that I've been able to get these things done. And so just keep my fingers crossed. And here's one thing too, to go along with the cards so far tonight. When I need extra help, I ask uh, um, I look up at the sky and hold my hands up and say, please, I need some help. I want to get this job done, and I need some help. And as I've said before, for those who may remember, um, that there are times when I literally feel like this hand has come down from somewhere and grabbed my belt buckle from, in my back, right, the small of my back, and that they're literally helping me to stand up. How the heck did you? How the heck? I yawned and you yawned. Okay, Katniss. They got me to shuffle them. This one's for Katniss. Ooh, they just skipped over all of those really quick. That was weird. Ooh, spider. Ooh, I don't know what that means. I'm just spider. I haven't pulled spider in a long time. And another one that's kind of sort of um, next to it is an upside down coyote, but spider's the primary card. So, ooh, number 43. I honestly, man, it's been a while since I read uh, done the spider. Yeah, spider. Ooh. So we got 1 minute. Got to take a break. You will allow me that, right, Katniss? I can take a 20 break, please. Especially when it's officially 420, right? Allow an old man that little bit of you know sympathy to the old man who wishes. Oh, I was showing off my pipe earlier when I got uh somebody come up in my yard. It looks like it's painted on as flowers. It is beautiful. It's still not 420. That's the longest damn minute. But anyway, so yeah, my new pipe. It really is. I was like, wow. But yeah, it's really pretty. I don't know how they got it on there and painted. It looks like porcelain. It's not, but wow. Anyway, Much thanks Noli for this week card reading. Yeah, fire in the hole, everybody. Oh, it's still 420. I can hit it again. Oh, and by the way, it's a day or two after. But for those of you who of whatever descent or um, culture you may come from, November the 1st, my granddaughter's birthday. I talked to her, and we both agreed it was going to be too damn cold this weekend. Plus, I don't quite have the bugs worked out of my truck yet. It went back to acting nasty tonight. So, but in another week or so, I might have another vehicle. So we'll see about that. But anyway, um, called her on, talked to her on her birthday. But her birthday's also Day of the Dead, right? Dios de Muerto. And the Mexican friends that I have down here, when they explained it to me, gosh, like 20 years ago kind of thing, to understand it now, it's like, all them folks, they dress up in skeletons, the Day of the Dead and everything. No, it's the reverence. I remember my friend Patricia, she would make this special sauce because her grandmother liked it. And her grandmother made it and taught it to her. And there were things there was this little saucer, with a little piece of bread. And they make this little temporary altars. Um, Now some of them have these little altars for remembering their relatives, all the time. But um, where she was staying at the time, she put up a temporary altar, right? But it was still just the same with candles. And during the day, she would walk out to this little thing and she'd go, "Hi, Mama. Hi, Papa. I love you." And she would stare up at the sky and she'd light another candle. And I just thought that, the Day of the Dead is a day of remembrance. It's not about being, you know, people think muertes, death, dying, dead, bad, you know, corpses rotting. No, 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 it's remembering grandma. It's remembering your pops. It's remembering those folks, your elders, and, or your friends. It's not necessarily relegated to any particular, you know what I mean? So, but anyway, happy Day of the Dead. And in some traditions, the reason I'm saying it now, because it is officially November the 3rd, is that in some cultures, this actually lasts for a couple of days. So, I'm within that 3-day window since I didn't do a video earlier to discuss this. So, happy Day of the Dead. And if you haven't given honor to elders or those who have passed, it only takes a moment, you know, to say, "Thank you, Grandma. Thank you, Grandpa, for helping. Thank you for the things you taught me. Thank you to Miss Willa. Thank you to, the Colonel. Thank you to, these folks that I knew in my lifetime that helped me. And I'm gracious. And so wherever their spirit is, thank you." Hey, Davina, I'm sorry. Yo, uh, you see any rainbows it has in this part of the USA? Not recently. Happy Old Hallows Eve. Yeah. So, but anyway, so Katniss, number 43, the spider card. Okay. So let me look it up. I'm trying to remember when was the last time I read spider weaving. I'm ready for NASCAR Phoenix, but I sure would love to visit Tucson. Maybe. Yep. Hopefully, I want to go visit some folks too. And hopefully things will work out for all of us. You know what I mean? Number 43. Well, Hang on. I got to put my other. No, this is for Katniss. Spider, weaving webs of delight. Weave me a peaceful world, carrying creation in your web, waiting to be unfurled. Spider wove the web that brought humans the first picture of the alphabet. The letters were part of the angles of her web. Deer asked Spider what she was weaving and why all the lines looked like symbols. And Spider replied, "Why, dear, it is time for Earth's children to learn to make records of their progress in their Earth walk." Deer answered Spider, "But they already have pictures that show through symbols the stories of their experiences." "Yes," Spider said, "but Earth's children are growing more complex, and their future generations will need to know more. The ones to come won't remember how to read the petroglyphs." So it was that Spider wove the first primordial alphabet, as she had woven the dream of the world that had become manifest. Spider's dream of the physical world had come to fruition many millions of years before. Spider's body is made like the number 8, consisting of 2 lobe-like parts. And just think, I'm sorry, I just got caught off guard, but here's Spider. But so in the turtle card, which has 4 legs, but the turtle meaning Mother Earth and the 4 seasons of Earth, and then pulling the butterfly card with the 4 different, well, 4 and 4, dang, is Spider with 8. Sorry, it just caught me. Spider's body is made like the number 8, consisting of 2 lobe-like parts. So 2 cards with 4 each equals 8. Just saying, that's not what it says here. I'm just thinking out loud. Lobe-like parts connected at the waist and 8 legs. Spider is the symbol for the infinite possibilities of creation. Her 8 legs represent the 4 winds of change. There's 4, and 4 directions on the medicine wheel. So see, I didn't read this, but see the 2 cards, 4 and 4. Here's 4 and 4 again. Ain't that? I don't know what it means, but ain't that strange? Spider weaves the. Let me read that part again. I'm sorry, I went off on the side. Her 8 legs represent the 4 winds of change and the 4 directions on the medicine wheel. Spider weaves the webs of fate for those who get caught in her web and become her dinner. That's their fate. This is similar to humans who get caught in the web of illusion in the physical world and never see beyond the horizon into other dimensions. The web of fate also represents a wheel of life which does not include any alternatives or solutions. It is typically human to get caught in the polarity of good or bad fortune without realizing that we can change it at any time. They want me to read that again. The web of fate also represents a wheel of life, which does not include any alternatives or solutions. It is typically human to get caught in the polarity of good or bad fortune without realizing that we can change it at any time. If we're not decisive enough about changing our lots in life, we may be we may end up being consumed by our fears and limitations, thus being caught in the web. Spider is the female energy of the creative force. Now, female energy and goddess has been very positive in this tonight. And I read in one of the medicine, the one of the myths about the warrior woman. So Spider is female energy of the creative forces that weaves the beautiful designs of life. Her web has hundreds of intricate patterns which catch the morning dew. If Spider has dropped from her web into your cards today, she may be telling you to create, create, create. Look for new alternatives to your present impasse if you have one. She can also be warning you that you are coming too close to an entangled situation. Spider could be asking you to use a journal to write out and review your progress. If you do this, you will not forget how you are creating a new or different phase in your life. Spider brings a message of a different kind when she sees you becoming a bit too involved in the weaving of your life. Wait, Spider brings, sometimes they don't put in punctuation. Spider brings a message of a different kind when when she sees you becoming a bit too involved in the weaving of your life plans to notice opportunity at the outskirts of your web. If you're too focused right here, you may not see what's going on around you, basically. If this is the case, Spider gets your attention so that you notice that something you have woven has borne fruit. Congratulations. Spider caught you just in time before you missed the opportunity on the edge of your web or your reality. The most important message from Spider is that you are an infinite being who will continue to weave the patterns of life and living throughout time. Do not fail to see the expansiveness of the eternal plan. I want to read that again. The most important message from Spider is that you are an infinite being who will continue to weave the patterns of life and living throughout time. Do not fail to see the expansiveness of the eternal plan. Too many people are only worried about this world and not the next. And, well, is Jesus there or is God real? Or, you know, is any of that really going to matter when we get there? But here's the thing, we will continue to weave a pattern, each of us, because, my web of life is not yours. They may be similar. We may cross threads somewhere along the line. But, so each of us has woven, because can't change what's already there. But we will definitely have the opportunity to make changes. So if we get caught in the web of false reality, then we're just tied up and we don't. Um, and at any time, as I've often said and others, we can change our future at any point in time by speaking, not speaking, looking, not looking, by doing we can change our future. So that if you feel that you're stuck, we're not. Apparently, I got some family north. It makes sense to you? Good. You're welcome, Katniss. Davina. Ramnath. So, the spider. Now, they want me to read the contrary simply because I'm here on Spider, but maybe it does have something to do with you, Katniss, but they're saying my reading of the Upside Down is for somebody else. I don't know who. The contrary aspect of spider is akin to the negative side of woman. Woo, I did. They said it, not me. I just read it. Spider will eat her mate if she gets too caught up in herself to see the validity of honoring male energy. The warrior at her side is a strong balancing force. If you have become disdainful of your mate, male or female, and have felt very superior recently, you are not honoring either your male or your female side. If you felt very superior recently, that's an interesting statement. You are not honoring either your male or female side. It ain't got nothing to do with somebody else now. It's honoring your own self. So if you are not presently in a relationship, you may have chosen a member of your family or a workmate to harass. Nah. This type of negative criticism only breaks down relations and is a reflection of something you hate about yourself. If you are trying to feed your ego in this manner, you have lost the game. If you are entangled in the web of your own illusion about who you really are, it may be time to look at why you are being critical and why you are feeling so weak that you must attack others. If this does not apply to your situation, take a look at another message that contrary spire medicine brings: lack of creativity. If you fail to use your talents to get the web spinning, your lack of creativity can change into destructiveness. If you are feeling stagnant and unable to move in a positive direction, you may come to resent others who are doing well. This resentment will become a black widow spider and eat you up, and the only one to mourn your demise will be you. Get moving, find joy and new ideas in the accomplishments of others, and use them to propel you into a new phase of creative spinning on your own web of delight. Observe Spider's web and find pleasure in the ideas you receive from her universal language. So ask the universe, but I'm not saying that this fits anybody, but they wanted me to read that other part. Um, because sometimes, if we get stymied, listen to a friend or talk about something, you go, I hadn't thought of that. Or maybe I should try that. Or, I thought about that shit years ago and I never tried. But you know what? I think I'm going to try that, which has happened to me recently with the solar panels and stuff that I've recently acquired and added to my. I'm trying to get rid of stuff. And what do? I buy more stuff. Uh, but at least it's practical. It has a use and it has a value. So, um, and solar panels, unless you break them or something, they will last for a long time. So, but anyway, I don't think I made a bad judgment call on that. Someone would say, well, you could have used that money for something else. Yeah, I could have. I really could have. But, and this 82-year-old man needed to get rid of stuff and needed the money for whatever he needed it for. And so there you go. Hey, Travis, good night to you. Thanks, Hawkeye. Yep. And same for, hey, thanks for hanging out. So, Cat, who was that card for? Katniss? Oh, yeah. Okay. So the card did fit. All right. So, you know me, I have to ask, and I'm hoping that you all are honest with me. I think you are. In that, so how am I doing with the cards? Um, I'm not looking for accolades or gold stars or nothing. It's if my accuracy is good, then that means my connection is good with my spirit guides. Thank you, guys and gals. So give them a hand. Give them a kudos and a thumbs up. Because them folks are the ones that go out there looking for your hands in the air. You know what I mean? And I couldn't do this without it, without their connection And I couldn't do it without him. It ain't me, babe. No, 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 it ain't me, babe. It ain't me you're looking for, babe. Spot on for me. Okay. Like I said, I'm not looking for, I just want to make sure. Because, my folks up there, they deserve, a thumbs up because I, I just listen, you know. I'm just the interpreter down here, Um, without their help, I wouldn't. I'd just I'd just be pretending that I know what I'm doing, and I really don't know what I'm doing. Okay, that's the you know. Oh, here I'll pull one for you, ding, and it's an alligator. There's not an alligator card, but there are lizards. But anyway, because when I go through the cards, it's like, nah, not that one, nah, and then there'll be that one or that second one that says, oh, by the way, Coyote was the backup on that. I didn't read the backup, the Coyote. Oh, wait. And Coyote upside down. I did not read that. I just remembered there was a backup card to that. So moose, porcupine, coyote. If Coyote appears in a reverse position, you can be assured that he is going to be contrary and a pain in your backside. Look around yourself and watch which direction he's coming from. If Coyote is approaching you from the outside, be aware of his master of illusion. Coyote may put you in a spell and take you to a briar patch to pick berries. It will be a painful lesson for you if you follow him. Coyote Reverse can appear in your life as a supposed all knowing teacher, a scam artist, a get rich quick business planner, a rare core, a rare coin door to door salesperson, a femme fatale, a movie producer, a television, boy, they go on, a television evangelist, a swampland realtor, a politician, or anybody who wants you to follow their lead, like a lawyer. No, I added that one. Coyote is not the recommended business partner or lover. Making love to an upside down coyote? Never mind. Contrary coyote may signal a time when everything you touch backfires. All your jokes may be exploding in your face. In this reverse position, coyote also signals a time to be aware of the intentions of others and to look for the boomerang you threw at another person coming back to knock you from behind. Someone else's trick may be on you, or there could be deception in the wind. Whatever Coyote Verse has conjured up, it could be coming from any direction. Remember, this Joker is always wild. So we had Spider in the positive. Yeah, your eyes always on Coyote. So, but interesting that Spider's saying create, 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 but then Coyote's saying be careful. So, okay. So be careful when you're creating, I reckon. Or maybe whatever's caught in your web, as far as they was saying, the spider to check the outside edges of the web, you might be missing something, right? And there may be something out there that might want to eat you. But to the point, yeah. And I forgot about that. There was a backup card for that. But Coyote, it's always cautious to keep an eye on Coyote, as you kind of sort of said, Katniss. So, hey Barry, how are you? So, um, well, thank you, Davina. Okay. I might got one more in me if somebody else wants a reading, a card. But then One more. Whoever's first, if they want one. If not, I'm just going to sit here and yak at you with it for a few minutes and smoke the rest of this bowl because I am tired, y'all. But I got one more in me. Okay, Davina. All right, I'll Davina and Travis. That's it. Okay. Yeah, she got one. They got one. Gina got one earlier, way long time ago. She was second or first actually, and then it was Susie Q. So she got hers. Okay, Davina, I don't think I've done a card for you. So here's the deal if you haven't heard. You have to close your eyes, please. I don't ask much. So close your eyes, please. And in your mind, you're raising your hand in a room. And my spirit guide is like the teacher. And he's like, oh, okay, she's over there. Okay. That's how I picture this. So I'm asking you, please, as I ask everybody else, close your eyes for a moment and let my spirit guide see your hand up. All right. That's that's how I work it. Yeah, I know, but my point is, so did you hear what I said? So just close your eyes for a minute and just think my in my direction, not necessarily of anything, but just, like Hawkeye's going to get me a card and think about raising your hand in your, in your head. Because my spirit guys will go, oh, there they are over there. Put your hand up a little higher so yeah, okay, there they are. Okay. I have to I have to visualize these things. Man, they got me doing a lot of shuffling for some reason, but okay, here we are. They're happy with that. So wow. Anything down here on the bottom? Interesting. When I hold the cards, I'm running them through my fingers, and a card will, like, it's not really a hot spot, but there'll be energy from the card in my fingertips, and I'll check it to a card before or after it and go, no, this is the one, like this one right here. So I've been through these cards, but this one is like no, not the next one. Okay. Interesting. But there is something about, wow, two cards. Interesting. What? Nah, I tried to read Braille and I couldn't do it. My brain was, and guess what? As a third card, as a backup, as just a, am I on the right track? Are you sure? Guess what? Turtle, a reinforcer card. Turtle. Okay. I've got your cards sitting here, and I was like, is there one more? And I went all the way through this deck twice with my fingertips. Turtle shows upright again as to say, pay attention, Mother Earth. Man, to me, that's a strong message right there. That's almost creepy. I'm just saying, that's almost creepy. But anyway, so um Davina, You got a 2-card spread. They wouldn't let me get away with one. Both of them are upside down, which most of them tonight have been right side up. Just a curiosity. Doesn't mean it's bad. But rabbit is the key, and it's number 30. Dragonfly is number 27, and it's upside down is kind of sort of the backup card. We'll see. Rabbit's number 30. All right. Whoops. Went too far. There's Dragonfly. Dragonfly is illusion. Okay. Just keep that in mind. And rabbit is fear. I love the rabbit card because there are so many people that I've talked to and have seen and whatever, and when I listen or watch their behavior or whatever, I go, "That's rabbit, run, little rabbit, run." And I don't mean that in a bad or derogatory way, but in understanding rabbit, I see that they're like standing out in the middle of the field, going, "Come on, come eat me." So, but anyway. 4:51 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. It's an hour and 51 minutes into this into this program. Thank you for being here, you all. And Davina, this first card's for you. Fear. Scared little rabbit, please drop your fright. Running doesn't stop the pain, nor turn the dark to light. That's an interesting statement, 12:51. I gotta redo my glasses again. Hang on a sec. These are my bifocals. I get the right combination. The print's a little small. I used to wear really strong glasses. And over the years, I've stopped wearing glasses for a lot of things, and my eyes have actually gotten stronger. So, rabbit is fear. A long time ago, no one really knows how long ago it was, but Rabbit was a brave and fearless warrior. There are stories about Rabbit and how brave he was, how Rabbit stole fire and did some other things. Rabbit was befriended by Eyewalker, a witch. The witch and Rabbit spent time together, talking and sharing, and the two were very close. And one day, Eyewalker and Rabbit were walking along, and they sat down on the trail to rest. Rabbit said, "I'm thirsty." And Eyewalker picked up a leaf and blew on it, and then handed Rabbit a gourd of water. Rabbit drank the water, but didn't say anything. Then Rabbit said, "I'm hungry." Eyewalker picked up a stone and blew upon it, and it changed into a turnip. She gave the turnip to Rabbit to eat. Rabbit tasted it and then ate the turnip with relish, or maybe a little bit of picante sauce. But still, Rabbit didn't say anything. The two continued along the trail, which led into the mountains. Near the top, Rabbit tripped and fell and rolled almost all the way to the bottom. Rabbit was in a very sad condition when Eyewalker got to him. She used a magic salve on Rabbit to heal his great pain and to mend his broken bones. Rabbit didn't say anything. Several days later, Eyewalker went searching for her friend. She searched high and low, but Rabbit was nowhere to be found. Finally, Eyewalker gave up. She met Rabbit quite by accident one day. "Rabbit, why are you hiding and avoiding me?" the witch asked. "Because I am afraid of you. I'm afraid of magic," answered Rabbit, cowering. "Leave me alone." "I see," said Eyewalker. "I have used my magical powers on your behalf, and now you turn on me and refuse my friendship." "I want nothing more to do with you or your powers," said Rabbit. Rabbit did not even see the tears his words were bringing to Eyewalker's eyes. I hope we never meet again, and that I never see you again, Rabbit continued. Rabbit, Eyewalker said, we were once great friends and companions, but no more. It is within my power to destroy you. But because of the past and the medicines we have shared together, I will not do this. But from this day forward, I lay a curse on you and your tribe. From now on, you will call your fears, and your fears will come to you. Be on your way, for the sweet medicine that bound us together as friends are broken. Now, Rabbit is the fear caller. He goes out and shouts, Eagle, I am so afraid of you. If Eagle doesn't hear him, Rabbit calls out louder, Eagle, stay away from me. Eagle, now hearing the rabbit, comes and eats him. Rabbit calls bobcats, wolves, coyotes, and even snakes until they come. As this story shows, rabbit medicine people are so afraid of tragedy, illness, disaster, and being taken that they call these very fears to them to teach them lessons. Sort of like Coyote, he is clumsy and does all these things to teach him lessons. The keynote here is what you resist will persist. What you fear most is what you will become. Here is the lesson. If you pull the rabbit, stop talking about horrible things happening and get rid of what if in your vocabulary. This card may signal a time of worry about the future or of trying to exercise your control over that which is not yet in form, the future. Stop it now. Write down your fears and be willing to feel them. Breathe into them and feel them running through your body into Mother Earth as a giveaway. Now, the reversed is it was upside down. So the paralyzed feeling which Rabbit experiences when being stalked is Rabbit in the contrary position. If you've tried to resolve a situation in your life, now this is the way the card reads for you. If you have tried to resolve a situation in your life and are unable to, you may be feeling frozen in motion. I can say there are a lot of us that can have that kind of feeling. We just don't know what to do, so we just feel like we're stuck. This could indicate a time to wait for the forces of the universe to start moving again. They want me to read this again. This could indicate a time for you to wait for the forces of the universe to start moving again. It could also indicate the need to stop and take a rest. Turtle, as showed up as the third card. It will also indicate a time when you need to reevaluate the process you are undergoing and to rid yourself of any negative feelings, barriers, or duress. Simply put, you cannot have your influence felt until you rearrange your way of seeing the present set of circumstances. There is always a way out of any situation, and there is, because the universal force does move on. It is the way in which you handle problems that allows you to succeed. Take a hint from Rabbit. Burrow into a safe place to nurture yourself and release your fears until it is time to move into the pasture, clear of prowlers who want a piece of your juicy energy. Interesting, like burrow into a safe spot. Turtle, go inside, stop and listen, pace yourself. So there's seems to be a clear message today in these cards, you know, and to use the wisdom of that, you know, and allow this is for there's one other card. I'm not done yet. We got the upside down dragonfly, which uh, is number 27, and back a page or two. And number 27 is illusion, dragonfly. So, but the upside down rabbit, you know, so if you've got a fear of public speaking, then practice public speaking. You go inside and you whatever it is, and the fear of standing in front of people, you face it. You feel it, you smell it, you think it, you cry if you have to, but get over it. So you call that fear and deal with it. So the upside down rabbit, that's what they're saying to do, you know, which is a lot like going in with the turtle. I can't believe the turtle showed up again. They made me pick that third card and it was turtle. Mm. Now, upside down dragonfly. So there's a lot to dragonfly, but remember, it's the upside down that's going to count. Okay. So, dragonfly, number 27, illusion. Dragonfly breaks illusions, brings visions of power. No need to prove it. Now is the hour. Know it, believe it. Great Spirit intercedes, feeding you, blessing you, filling all your needs. Dragonfly medicine is of the dream time and the illusionary facade we accept as physical reality. The iridescence of dragonfly's wings. You were just looking at a book on public speaking. Synchronicity. Are we connected? You know, the iridescence of dragonfly wings reminds us of colors not found in our everyday experience. Dragonfly's shifting of color, energy, form, and movement explodes into the mind of the observer, bringing vague memories of a time or place where magic reigned. Some legends say the dragonfly was once a dragon and that the dragon had scales like dragonfly's wings. Dragon was full of wisdom and flew through the night bringing light with its fiery breath. The breath of dragon brought forth the art of magic and the illusion of changing form. Then dragon got caught in his own facade. Coyote, here's Coyote again. Coyote tricked dragon into changing form, and the shape of its new body became like dragonflies. And accepting the challenge to prove its power and magical prowess, dragon lost its power. Dragonfly is the essence of the winds of change, the messages, excuse me, of wisdom and enlightenment, and the communications from the elemental world. The elemental world, like fairies and things and stuff, okay? The elemental world is made up of the tiny spirits of plants and of the elementals of air, earth, fire, and water. In essence, this world is full of nature spirits. If dragonfly has flown into your cards today, you may have forgotten to water your plants. On another level, you may to give thanks to the foods you eat for sustaining your body. On a psychological level, it may be time to break down the illusions you have held that restrict your actions or ideas. Like for me, I'm too old to do this. Okay, I haven't worked on. I'm too old. I don't know if I can do this. Illusion. In fact, I could do it. Dragonfly medicine always beckons you to seek out the parts of your habits which you need to change. Have you put on too much weight, or have you started to look like a scarecrow? Have you tended to the changes you have wanted to make in your life? If you feel the need for change, call on Dragonfly to guide you through the mist of illusion for for the pathway of transformation. In other words, don't be caught up by something fake. Like I have warned folks of some of these, spiritual advisors and new agers and stuff. And some of the stuff they talk about is just, I'm sorry, I just can't agree with it. So, but there are folks who are stuck in it and they're enamored by it, but this can be the illusion that's keeping you from yourself. So, see how you can apply the art of illusion to your present question or situation. And remember that things are never completely as they seem. So, somebody else may be telling you something, but you see something fishy in there. Now, it was upside down, so I'm going to read the contrary part. Okay, Dragonfly upside down. Are you trying to prove to yourself or someone else that you have power? Are you caught in an illusion that weakens your true feelings or minimizes your abilities? If so, you may have contracted dragonfly dive bombing. Is this the final crash and burn for some pipe dream that had no real purpose? Look within and feel the sense of self energy within yourself. Notice if it is ebbing and find the point in time when you were deluded into believing that you would be happier if you changed because someone else wanted you to change. Misery is a prime clue that you lost your will and personal validity when you bought into someone else's idea of who or what you should be. The illusion was that you would be happier if you did it their way. In forfeiting what you know is right and true for you personally, you give away your power. It is time for you to take it back. Follow Dragonfly to the place inside your body. Here's inside again. Inside your body where magic is still alive, and drink deeply of its power. This strength belongs to you. It is the power of becoming the illusion. It is the power of becoming the illusion. This ability is ever changing, and it contains within it the knowledge that you are creating it all. Okie doke. So, yeah, take take back your power. Both of them. Now, I don't know what it means to you, but it's basically they're both of these cards, and that third. I still can't believe I pulled that turtle card. Is to go in and pace yourself. So, it is the power of becoming the illusion. This ability is ever changing and contains within it the knowledge that you are creating it all. So if you get mad and you're upset because you're mad, you created it. So stop it. You know, this is the dragonfly dive bombing. Are you caught in an illusion that weakens your true feelings or minimizes your abilities? If you're really good at something, I used to do this all the time. Dave, God damn, that was a stupid mistake. Wow, you damn shit. That was dumb, you dummy. Quit doing that. Defacing those, yeah, take back your power. Yep. And if that, I mean, if that resonates with you, then that's what the cards are saying. Face the fear and take back your power. Absolutely. And, other people will try to create an illusion for you. I mean, the people in the news and everything, they are trying to create chaos and division. And if you buy into it, then sort of like in Spider, you're stuck in a web, and there's no way for you to go. But with Dragonfly, you can become the illusion. I guess I really wanted to do Travis's card because I've already read the turtle card. I'm really getting tired, Davina. Okay, so I want to do a card for Travis, and if I'm okay after that, I'll read the turtle card. Can you hold on that long? Because I'm really getting tired. So Travis, you still want one? Oh, and there's a lot of time, and silence. Silent doesn't. Yeah, and she can replay because I did do it too, Davina. But okay, all right, Travis, give me a sec. Let me get my. But to the surrender to the destiny, but be who you are, even if you need to be silent. Um, the A lot of people get the silence confused, and you can be talking and still be silent up here. You can be silent in your heart. So you can talk. I talk things out. You probably already know this out loud, you know. So, all right, Dave, what do we think of this? I don't know. Should we do this first or should we do that over there? I don't know. Well, what's the pros and cons? Well, you know, if I do this now, so I have this conversation with self all the dead gum time. So, in that, though, you know, we need to have the silence isn't necessarily being quiet. It could be the silence of not talking with others and having the conversation with yourself. So being silent doesn't necessarily, you know what I mean? So the silence is being within yourself to have the conversation, to have the thought and go, well, what if I did it this way? I don't know. Well, you know, holy shit, my only choice is to do this. Well, if you're thinking that, maybe you could think this is just an example. Now, I don't know if this applies to you, but and I'm not trying to insist that it is, okay, by no means, but that we look at it and we go, well, you know, um, I thought this situation was hopeless. There was only one way out of this. Well, maybe you're too focused on that, where you need to be silent and say, wait, all right, I've been so focused on, you know, there's only one way out of this that I haven't given myself the opportunity to see if there are other ways out of a situation. So you focus on the wrong thing too long and you can't hear anything else. So, anyway, so all right, Travis, turtle is about taking it slow. Yes. Um, the turtle card is Mother Earth. That's it. Mother Earth. That's what the card reads. But internally, turtle, take it, be pace yourself. You also have a shell to protect yourself, and so forth. But turtle is Mother Earth and grounding. So if you want to ground, use earth and water because those are the two elements of a turtle. All right, Travis, uh, let me get my glasses situated. Let me shuffle them cards. And this will be the last one for tonight, okay? Or this morning. I'm really tired. I'm good. This is the last one, but I'm good for this one. But I can't do another. I think my guys upstairs are like, you know, you weren't supposed to do this tonight, you know, and we hadn't planned this. So you have to give thanks to them. Oops, come on in there. All right. Okay. That feels pretty good. All right. I know. Close. I've been doing the cards, but you know, when I get done shuffling, then I want to choose. So close your eyes and hold your hand up. You know, I know that's what you were doing, but I wasn't quite ready. No, nothing down there. Okay. Antelope. Ooh, straight up, and there doesn't seem to be another card to go with it. So a single card. Okay, we'll take that, right? Antelope, number 37. Um, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Home, home on, everybody sing along. On the range, where the deer and the antelope play. Okay, so here we are, antelope number 37, which adds up to 8, 9, 10, which is a 1. Interesting. So antelope, action. That's the key. Run, antelope, teach me of action and its pace. Quickly, quickly, so I may run with grace. Now, interesting, Turtle showed up a couple of times tonight, and the word pacing, it's about pacing. So this is action. When time was just beginning and the tribe of man was small, Antelope saw that the two-leggeds were naked, hungry, and in danger of extinction. The ancestors would soon vanish from Mother Earth if action were not taken. Antelope took action and came into the camp, calling all of the two-leggeds together for a council. Great Mystery sent me to teach you a lesson. The lesson is to do. You have no need to be fearful if you know what to do, and then you do it, Antelope said. And what shall we do? Asked the people. If you are naked and cold, you should kill me and take my coat to keep you warm. It is my gift to you. Do it. We will, said the people, but what of our hunger? We are starving. What can we do to save ourselves? If you are hungry, you should kill me and take my flesh, for it will nourish you and make you strong. It is my gift to you and a part of my evolution. It is my service. Do it. Antelope knew that humankind would survive the Ice Age if the people learned to eat meat. Before the movement of the great ice mountains, fruit and vegetables had been plentiful, and the two-leggeds had no need to eat of the bodies of their fellow creatures. Not just, I just got to stop here. Isn't that an interesting statement? Before the movement of the great ice mountains, fruit and vegetables had been plentiful, and the two-leggeds had had no need to eat the bodies of their fellow creatures. Garden of Eden kind of thing. The clans of the second world ate antelope, taking the instinct and wisdom of the four-legged into their bodies. The people learned through each creature's essence how to survive. They were taught never to waste or to take more than they needed. When they were in need, the two-leggeds knew to take action. Humans learned antelope's lesson well. Because of antelope, humans took proper action and survived to this present day. Antelope taught humans to honor the gifts sent by the great mystery and to avoid indiscriminate destruction of life. Antelope signifies knowledgeable action. Antelope is a symbol for the antenna of your hair, which attaches you to the great mystery by its long cords of light. Looking at antelope, you become aware of your mortality and the short time span you have on this planet. With this in mind, you must act accordingly. Proper action pleases the great mystery. Antelope medicine is the knowledge of life's circle. Knowing of death, antelope can truly live. Action is the key and essence of living. Interesting statement. Knowing of death, antelope can truly live. Action is the key and essence of living. Antelope powers have been courted and shamanized since the dawn of time. Antelope clans have been many, and the power of antelope people is great. Antelope medicine gives you strength of mind and strength of heart, and the ability to take quick and decisive action to get things accomplished. If you feel stymied, call on antelope medicine. If you are balled up and twisted in knots, antelope powers will speak to you of proper action and soon set you free. Many ingenious solutions to problems are whispered by antelope. Listen, and even more importantly, act. Surround yourself with the illumination and secret knowledge of antelope. Combine this with action, and you will overcome any obstacle or hindrance in your path. If antelope is centering, if antelope is your centering tree and strong personal path, wait, I missed something. If antelope is your centering tree and strong personal medicine, thank the Great Spirit. Say what should be said. Your judgment is sound and your actions will be successful. Thank the Great Spirit. Always listen to what antelope has to say. Antelope in your cards indicates a message of higher purpose. Antelope arms you with the bow of authority and forces you to act on behalf of self, family, clan, nation, and finally, Mother Earth. Now, interesting, the first card out was Turtle. Turtle showed up again, right? And finally, Mother Earth. So in this, Mother Earth is Turtle. Just saying. Antelope says, do it now. Don't wait any longer. Antelope knows the way, and so do you. Take courage and leap. Your sense of timing is perfect. When antelope is bounded into your cards, the time is now. The power is you. So there. Those are the readings for this evening, this morning, this afternoon. Oh, it's 5:23. We missed it. Holy crap. I'm 3 minutes past. So fire it up if you got them. 2 hours and 22 minutes. So we had a 2020 kind of thing going on. Dang dead nuts on. Is it really, Travis? Okay. And the fact that, and the last thing in that sentence was Mother Earth. Turtle. What? You know, turtle again. Without saying turtle, it's turtle. Well, cool, Travis. Well, then tonight and this morning, then me coming back was worth it because I was like considering, I'm not going to do this. My friend came over and we had to talk some things over. It's all good, but it interrupted my live stream, and I felt bad about that because I was all geared up and ready to, have this conversation. And so the fact that I listened and decided to come back on, I'm grateful for y'all for coming back. And thanks to the folks upstairs that, helped me out in these situations. So, without further ado, fire and all. Every time I read a card for you folks, and it's right on, especially when it's right on for you, because I can't tell, right? But when I see the synchronicity in the cards and the message in the cards, like turtle, Mother Earth must mean turtle, at the very end. So, and the way each time I do these cards, there seems to be this message woven into everybody's cards, personal, but yet the message seems to be, you know, universal in a way. Um, I am humbled every single time I do this. And thank you for your response, because what it means to me is, thank you, Jesus. I got it right. Thank my angel folks. Right on, dudes and dudettes. Thank you for being there. Because as you probably know, um, there is a lot in this universe about honor. And I've seen videos and this and that, kung fu folks and sword fighters. I mean, through the ages, there has been this honor between honor among thieves, and blah 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 blah, whether there actually is or not. But to this point of, warriors have an honor for, even the enemy. He was a great warrior. I mean, oh, what's his name? The Red Baron. Back in the First World War. Shooting down the. They hated the guy, but at the same time they respected his ass because he was a really good pilot. And even though he was shooting down their comrades, they had respect for the guy. For his talent and as an airman. So in that, there's honor in that. And there's so many people these days that ain't got a clue as to what honor even means. Honor for themselves. I mean, you can dishonor yourself. I've seen people just, and I go, do you really want to do that? Are you sure about that kind of thing? I mean, it just, you're welcome, Katniss. Honestly. Um, but of all the things, when I started doing this, the warning is, but I didn't want to do it because I didn't feel I was qualified. I didn't want to do it because I've seen other people do it and they kind of get full of themselves. Like, I talked about the other night, or, in one of the videos, that, there are people that, oh, I did this reading and you better believe it's true. And, it ain't no more true than the man in the moon. It nowhere near. And so you go, yeah, okay, but they insist that they're right because they have done this, and they're so full of their own talent that it can't even consider that maybe they're wrong. So I take that into consideration when I do this, because that is not why I'm here. You know what I mean? So it is a service from the spirits through me to you. Okay. And for every time it happens, I thank my folks. Do I have something to do with it? Yeah, but that's just in keeping my connection open. You know what I mean? It's my job to have the connection, and to keep that between me and them nice and clear and good. Um, for me, it's they're the ones that are looking out there looking for your hand, you see. So, and I'm still, I don't know, I've done quite a few readings now after these last couple of months and year or so. Um, and I'm still humbled and surprised and flabbergasted. And for days, I will think about some of these cards, not so much what it means to you personally, but that the cards were pulled and the succession that they were pulled, and that the overall meaning for the this morning seemed to have a thread running through. Just all of the above, and at that all the while I'm contemplating and going back over it, and if there's something else that maybe we woven into that spider woven see woven into this message, that I might come on tomorrow and talk about it. The fact that you have awareness of yourself as a vessel that makes you, yeah, thank you. And I'm still working on it. Davina, I don't know how long you've been around, but I am a shaman in training. I'm learning how to do this, but in doing so, and I'm trying to explain this in as much detail so you'll understand the thought process or that I'm going through. Um, because if I can learn to do this, then essentially anybody could learn to do this. But it is with honor and respect to my elders and to the spirits that I do this. I don't do it for money. It's not for any kind of gain. That these are messages you asked, I pull them, right? I'm gaining nothing in this, you know what I mean? I'm here as the vessel, as you pointed out, and quite willing to be it. I have volunteered for this, but as a shaman in training, is part of for me is part of my training in this. So I'm all, but I know other people are like, man, I did a good job. Me, I'll like bow down all fours and go, thank you, guys. I can't believe that this went so well without any planning or any pre-thought, and it went so well. It got me, and I'm humbled by this. And some folks will go, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just a cover. It's just a front. No, if for any reason I ever thought that, I would never pull another card for anyone. Maybe for me or a close friend, but I would not pull another card. Period. And if I'm always asking spirits you know, if I get out of line, y'all let me know. So tarot is a what? See, I won't do tarot. The tarot is donation if it resonates with you, but to demand money up front is a scam. I read links tonight, Travis, and I don't remember if you remember. So if it's a links person, links medicine, a gypsy, or they use Choctaw in it, that it is important that you do pay them. Okay. Now up front, but the whole point is that if it's a true gypsy, then yes, you pay them. That's because that's the deal. They're gypsies. There's certain rules within this, right? With a Choctaw medicine man or woman, if they were to, then it would be tobacco or a blanket or something else. Maybe back in the day it would have been a bow or arrows or something. I pull taro. You should. No, 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 nope. I won't do it. I used to do it, Travis, and I refuse to do. Me and Taro had some bad juju way back in the day, and I refuse to touch them. And I have asked other people, don't, because there are things attached to the symbols in the cards, and people say, "Well, it doesn't really matter." But to the point though, if Taro's working for you, all right. I've lots of people I've known over the years. I've tried them myself. I've used to do rune readings and was pretty damn good at rune readings, I might add. Um, Now I might try rune readings because the symbols are much like an animal card in that this is the symbol up or down. Here's the upside, here's the downside. There are no entities or kings or there. It's just a symbol, okay, not a person or it's death or it's anyway. Hey, Chloe, you're here for the and stuff. Well, we're in that right now. Y'all are welcome. I'm not talking about this, to get your praise or no, but thank you. But for me, in this training process, this is what I go through, and I in the morning after I get some, hey Chloe, after I get some rest and all, and I'm pouring cement, I'll be pouring cement, and I'll be thinking about this and what the cards mean, and I will be thanking the Creator, and I will be thanking my spirit guides for allowing me to be able to do this. And if For me, if it's worthwhile and necessary for you, then I'll pull the cards. Because for me, there is no value in this, except in the practice, of staying connected. That is helpful to me. But as far as, me personally getting anything from it or whatever, no. But I don't expect anything. And that's part of the journey. I cannot expect anything out of this because it's not for me, it's for you. So there are a lot of things that in this lesson that I'm learning. 5:35. I'm thinking sleeping. Me too, Travis. It's been a long ass day, and I want to get some sleep so I can mix concrete. Because on Thursday and Friday there'll be rain, and Saturday's supposed to be clear but cold. So I want to get her done. But anyway, so thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to my jabbering on. And Chloe, I wish you could have been here earlier, but and I'm too tired. I'd pull you a card, but I honestly can't do it right now. It's been too much of a day. Been a good day. Don't get me wrong, but I am tired. So thank you. We will get together and do this again. I'm sure. I thought you, Travis. I thought it said I don't have my glasses on. I thought it said thank you, McNull, and I was like, wait, that's not what it says. That's an R. Okay, here. It's good to see you. Honestly, y'all are welcome. I'm not trying to get praise or whatever. And I do this as a service, like I say, as a shaman in training. Uh, it's almost like I have to, but I mean, I want to if it's necessary. If it's helping you guys, I'm all for it because that's at the end of this life. Not that I'm ending it, but but at this stage of my life, no, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to teach. I'm supposed to help. I'm supposed to, contact the spirits or whatever. And Travis, for whatever it is, if you're pulling cards or whatever, okay, tarot. But of all the things that I've been involved with a lot of stuff. You've heard me talk about demonology and spirits and conjuring, and and tarot is too close to that for me. But doing rune readings I made a set of my own runes with all the symbols on it and made them out of cherry wood, and wood burned the symbols into the wood, so that because me and wood get along real good, real well, um real good, man. But I as for me, the spirits asked me years ago, they said, listen, you can't be doing the shaman thing and also doing runes. You got to pick one. Well, I can't go to Ireland and over there and learn about what feels like a Celtic side of me, but I am here in America, and I can dang sure know I've got native, blood in me, that I can learn it because I am native to this land, and so and I can talk to other natives and learn history. But for a long time, the Celtic thing, really drawn to it, big time. There's something in my past or history. There's some Celtic there, okay, and I've had other people tell me that. But for this go round, especially at this time in my life, everything I learned about the Celts, everything I've learned about these folks and that folks and this, all tied together, and it's my shaman's journey this time through. So, but the animal cards are the ones because it fits with the Native Americans, and how can you twist? Well, here's bear medicine. How can you twist that into something evil? Whereas the tarot card, now, this is how part of my brain sees this. Some of the symbols and the hanging dead band and the thingy and it projects something else to me. I go, ooh, look at that, this one or that one, or you know what I mean? But a bear card is just a bear card. Uh, Butterfly is a butterfly. Dragonfly, dragonfly, spider, spider. You know what I mean? I can't get anything else out of it except the animal present on the card. When I do when I did tarot and other people, I just like, there was just something else in there that I couldn't explain, but it did not fit with my energy. So, but if it fits with yours, I picked it up about a year ago when I pulled their cards. I don't know the difference, Travis. Years ago, me and my spirit journey, they said, go if you want to. They said, it's your free will. And I saw all these other people and stuff, and I was like, nah. And oh, by the way, and oh, by the way, oh, by the way, oh, by the way, since I have talked to you all recently, which you all should be interested in, and tonight I was upstairs looking for something, and I came across the letter that came with the cards and the book from my friends who are now back in the area. They were up in Minnesota. They had been in Oregon, I think, when I got these cards, but they sent them to me, had seen me talk on Facebook. They're dear, dear friends of mine. uh, Miss Christine, we've had talks about Native Americans and histories and stuff and so forth. And these were her cards. And they sent them to me because she felt that I needed these cards and to be able to use them. And I had them for a year or so before I had the guts to use them. And so in my prayers over the years, I have thanked Miss Christine for sending me the cards and the book, as the package, and that she'd had them for years. I don't know the whole story in that, but they sent them to me. And tonight I found the letter that came with it, and I went, "Oh my God!" And so, because I had done the reading, went upstairs to check on something, came back down, was going to do the live stream, which got interrupted. But I found it and I was like, oh my God, this is from John, her husband, right? And they sent me these, and I was like, holy crap. And now here I am reading the cards and talking about them. But but they have had moved away and are now back in the area. And they called me the other day, and I was like, "Hi, how are you? Good to hear from you. Wondered how you was doing. I'm always sending prayers out. Every time I do a card reading, I think of Miss Christine and John because they sent them to me, right? So, and now they're back in the area, and one of these days soon, we're going to get together again and have coffee, tea, or whatever, right? So, it's talk about synchronicities of things. I'm talking about the cards and the folks who gave me the cards and sent them to me because they saw the value of giving them to me for y'all. Now, how's that for going around, the corner? Because I don't know if I would have got them on my own, but they were sent to me. And, sometimes other people have more faith in you than you do of yourself. That was the case. So Christine has had the faith in me. She years ago gave me a book or two on Native Americans and stuff. And, even though we haven't talked much over the years, I still consider her a very dear friend, her and John both. And John, we used to do theater together, and years ago he owned a house that was like in almost in my backyard. We were neighbors just through the woods kind of day. It was really strange, but anyway, they're back in the area. The folks who gave me these cards so that I could do readings for you. I just think that's wonderful, and that they're still safe after all these years and so forth. I couldn't ask for more, So to the universe, thank you. To you, to all of you, thank you. I just got blasted with energy and making breakfast. Now craziness. All right, my dear friends. It's almost 6 o'clock, and I really do need some rest, as all of you do. So, you're welcome, Oki, Chloe, Travis, Jen, if you're still in the background. Um, Barry's asleep. Barry, can you hear me? I will when I see him. Of course, they have, come in and out of. Um, uh, I haven't done anything on Facebook in a while, and I keep telling people, you come to YouTube, and so I think there's some folks that come in, but Susie Q, you're welcome. But they kind of sneak in the background. Hey, Katniss, yeah, you be safe too. So have a great day. Have a great rest of the week. Um, and as much as the chaos tries to keep you crazy, I think the message has been pretty clear tonight. With um, you're welcome, Katniss. Honest, cosmic hugs, everybody, and try to pass the good energy along. It only takes a smile, a kind word, and sometimes if you can't get that out, sometimes your intent of wanting to say a kind word. But here's the thing with Antelope card, I know this was somebody else's card, it was Travis's, but action. Sometimes you might want to say, well, to the person in front of you in line at the store, gee, your hair looks nice or something. So say it, take the action and be polite. And that's what may be that thing that you spread, that energy that you give. It's the giveaway, right? That was the other card. It's the giveaway. What you give away is that you give away kindness, you give away a compliment, you give away a good thought. You help somebody with their confidence by simply giving them a remark. It's as simple as that. We can do it with strangers. We can do it with our relatives, but you say, well, what does that mean? That is a tremendous power of, quote, influence by simply saying, gee, your hair looks nice today. And I don't know if you've done anything new to it. Wow, makes your face look nice. I hope you have a great day. And just, to the person behind the counter, and they may be ugly as sin, but their hair looks nice. So give them a compliment. Oh, well, the great, no, but they may say, I don't know who that person was, but he really liked my hair. Look at that. Yeah. Did you see that white man out there? He told me he liked my hair because I said it to a black woman one time. I said, and it did look nice, was the point. Like, and she was like, that white boy, he liked my hair. I could hear her as I was walking out the store, telling her friend behind the counter. So you never know when a simple compliment or a smile or something like that, or here, let me get the door for you. Oh, really? Well, thank you. And I'll get the door for someone and they just walk by. If someone opens the door for me, I'm like platitudes. Thank you so much. How kind of you. Have a nice day. People are like, well, I just opened the door for you. Well, but there are some people who don't make any remarks at all. And maybe I overdo it sometimes, but I want to be friendly and say, that was very kind of you. I appreciate that. But they're like, thank you might have been enough, but that little bit of extra, like, really, you really appreciated it. It wasn't just like, well, thank you for all it, but to go that extra sentence to go, I really appreciate what you did. What? That will astound some people. So, how do you make a difference in the world? Yeah, simple things like that. So, my dear friends, thank you so much. Um, I hope you have a great day the rest of the week. Be safe. Um, you know, pass the best along and try to stay out of the worst. If you see people getting swallowed up by the chaos, reach in and put your hand on their shoulder and calm them down. You may need calming down, so you go and look at yourself in the mirror and put a hand on your shoulder and go, okay, calm down. That'll work. So until next time, I love you all. Be safe. This is Hawkeye Two Feathers saying ta ta for now. Every single day, I continue to pray that each and every one of you will continue to learn, to accept and receive the knowledge, the healing, the wisdom, and the many blessings from the universe. Every day that I put my 2 feces on the ground and me and Duggar go outside to chase the cats, I continue to pray that each and every day, each and every one of you will continue to learn how to accept and receive the knowledge, the healing, the wisdom, and the many blessings from the universe. And in that law of three, which is really important to you and me, I continue to pray that each and every day, that each and every one of you will continue to accept and receive the knowledge, the healing, the wisdom, and the many, 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 many blessings from the universe. And also, as my little addendum, that you continue to reject the chaos and those things in your life that come up. Take action like antelope and, avoid them. So, favor, kindness, blessings, cosmic hugs, and maybe just a good old noogie on the side, just for the hell of it. But I love you all. Please be safe, okay? Honestly, please be safe. And the world's going to get a little crazier. We're just going to have to just kind of roll with the punches and keep our wits about us. I'm really curious as to see just how god dog crazy it's going to get. But we have not reached that crescendo yet. Like da 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 bump bump. We haven't got to the bump bump part yet. You know what I mean? So I hope it'll be easy. I hope it won't be too difficult for all of us. But we haven't reached that crescendo yet. But when we do, it ought to kind of level out for a little bit. So I know it's past the Halloween stage, but I refrained from doing anything spooky this year simply because I just didn't want to partake. A lot of other people with costumes and stories and that. And this year I was just like, nah, not even going to think about it. And it used to be my favorite time of year. So that was a really big deal. But I'm still going to Halloween and say, thank you, Bob. Be safe. Coffee to everybody. Happy breakfast time. And from South Georgia, TTFN, ta for now. It is 5:52 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And remember, this coming weekend, y'all set your clocks back to match mine. So have a good one, everybody. Talk to you soon. Be safe. And remember, keep it between the ditches. See you.